in Yellowstone. It's kind of familiar country for me, and trails are good. They have, check this out, they have these things called signs that like tell you which way to go and everything, which is pretty sweet. And I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but like almost immediately when I walked through the boundary, the mosquitoes got better too, so fingers crossed. Man, it feels in some ways like I'm definitely hiking home now through some familiar country, so feel good, happy, excited to be here. Little view from camp. Made it to camp about 1:30, so I'm just kind of settling in. It's about 2:15 right now. Little tour of the camp. There's a fire pit and a couple benches. Probably have my very first fire of the trip tonight. And then this is actually something I'm overly excited about just because of how convenient it makes everything. There's a bear pole. So I got an easy situation for getting everything hung up tonight. This is campsite 6D2. 6D2. And then off in the distance here in the tall grass that the bears like to hang out in is a place where it was pretty obvious that people have been putting their tents out here. So I put my tent out where the grass has all been packed down already, but I'm digging it. I've got a whole afternoon ahead of me to just relax and hydrate and prepare for the big climb over Eagle Pass tomorrow. Well, I think it's going to rain. Everything is coming from over there. Thunder, lightning, it's just starting to rain. I might go hang out in the tent for a while. All right, this is day 24 wrap. I am here in Yellowstone National Park, camped along Mountain Creek. Got to camp early, got to camp about 1:30. It was all smooth sailing from Hawks Rest up to here. A little bit rainy in the morning, and once I made a plan to start a fire, I was like, at 5 o'clock, I'm gonna start a fire. I collected all the wood, I made a little teepee, I was ready to go. And then right after 5, right before I started it, started getting real black out there, dark clouds, thunderstorms. So I grabbed my teepee and I threw it under a tree so it wouldn't get wet, and I put a little pile of wood under a tree so it wouldn't get wet. And I just kind of hung out in my tent for like an hour and a half while it stormed. And now it's cleared up nicely. The sun's still up. It's nice. You know, the clouds have mostly broken up. My wood was nice and dry because I hid it under a tree. So got a nice little fire going while I make my dinner. And things are good in Yellowstone land. So talk to you tomorrow. Good morning and welcome to day number 25. Last night was awesome. As usual, it took me a while to fall asleep, but when I did, man, I slept solid. I think the best night of sleep of the whole trip. It was kind of cool, so I could get all nestled up in my sleeping bag, and I mean, I was sleeping for 3 hours at a time at least. I think I got 6 hours plus last night, so good sign. Good rest day yesterday, good sleep last night. So far for the trip, I've done 320 miles. The plan for today is to backtrack just the tiniest bit, not even a half mile to the trail, and then I'm going to take the Mountain Creek Trail up. And unfortunately, I'll be leaving Yellowstone National Park. I only get one night here, but I'm going to do a 10-mile climb up to Eagle Pass, where I depart the park, and then continue down the other side of the pass and camp in a meadow that I've been to before on that side. So put myself in position today with 15 to 17 miles or so, where I'll be 15 miles from Pahaska Tepee, which is the end of section 3, which is frickin' amazing. This 8-day stretch at times felt just enormous, and all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I'll be done tomorrow. So things are coming along. I'm excited for that, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow to get off trail and get some good food and rest up a little bit before I push into section number 4. Yeah, Mountain Creek Trail has been pretty cool, dropping down in this little meadow. Overall, it's been a gradual climb. Pretty sure that going up here, tallest peak in the park, Eagle Peak, is up there, and I think the pass I'm going up is right in that little notch right there. So more climbing to do, but it's a pretty day. It's kind of cool, nice little breeze, and one step at a time. I was mistaken. That's not Eagle Peak. Got to the ranger cabin. Pretty sweet. You can see it out of the meadow there. And then I'm heading north still along the boundary. I'm really close to the edge. But this here is clearly Eagle Peak. Even looks like an eagle. So I'm going up that pass over there, which looks a little bit more manageable to me. So probably take a break at the cabin. It doesn't look like anybody's here. And then start climbing. All right, about 7 miles into the day. The real climbing's about to start up to Eagle Pass, but I made it to, I don't even know the name of this, but the patrol cabin up Mountain Creek. And it's just super cool. It's like this old A-frame. The woodwork is awesome. The location is just gorgeous. It's just like in this little valley with huge mountains behind it, right along the boundary, eastern boundary of Yellowstone, close to Bridger Teton National Forest. I want to work here. Might need to make some calls. This place is awesome. Obviously it's not being patrolled right now, it's locked up, but what a cool location. I bet in the fall when there's hunting pressure on the outside of the park, they have somebody stationed here to make sure people aren't crossing into the park hunting. But right now I've got to myself for a little lunch break before I start climbing up to the pass. That was pretty sweet. Just as I was walking up to Eagle Pass, which I'm standing on right now, just outside of the park, there was a single bighorn sheep just chilling right here on the trail, and it ran up onto the rocks up there and was startled, but not too startled. Stuck around for long enough for me to get a short video of it. But here I am, Eagle Pass, looking down into Washakie Wilderness down there. And pretty badass, feeling good. It was definitely a real climb. Sweating a bit. Randomly there's a snow shovel up here, which real curious about who brought it up here and why, but it is what it is. This is a good place to take a break. Good evening and welcome to day 25 wrap. Did a lot today. Got up and over Eagle Pass, which is spectacular. The original plan coming down the pass into Washakie Wilderness was to camp at Eagle Meadows. And I've camped there before on another trip, and I kind of remember a couple sites, and I didn't want to get off trail and look around for those sites, and it was still kind of early in the day. It was like 4:30 when I rolled in there, and I saw some bear tracks, so I kind of just talked myself into pushing on so I get a little bit closer to town for tomorrow. So pushed on another couple miles. I think I did about 17 for the day, and now I'm camped in kind of this really cool spot. It's real different terrain from what I've seen the last just couple weeks, really. It's like lava rock and lots of sagebrush up here, and definitely dropped quite a bit since I left the pass, which was pretty awesome because the tent is now drying out nicely. It was soaked this morning from being in the tall grass last night and from some of the rain. So I'm super excited to get into Pahaska tomorrow. I think about 12 miles from Pahaska Tepee, 5 of which is road walking. So I'll probably do the road walk. It'll be first thing in the morning, but I'm not against hitching a ride into Pahaska if I feel like it. So yeah, things are good. Didn't drink a lot of water today, so I'm got kind of hiker brain. So I'm drinking some water, trying to rehydrate, and I'll wrap my head around having dinner and stuff like that. I'm pretty beat up right now, so just relaxing, and have some dinner, and I'm sleeping up on this cool bench above the Eagle River. And then tomorrow I'm gonna have some motivation to get to Pahaska Tepee, and I'll meet Katie there at 2 o'clock, which I can't wait for. All right, I'll keep you guys posted. See you in the morning. Good morning and welcome to day number 26. So far for the trip, I have done 336 miles. The plan for today is to hike into town, basically. It's about 7 miles to get to the road, and then I've got a 5-mile road walk to get to Pahaska Tepee, and little convenience store there so I can get myself some treats and some beverages and some snacks, etc. I don't know exactly what they have, but I'm meeting Katie there at 2 o'clock, and that will be the official end of section 4. And Katie's actually picking me up to take me home for 2 days because kind of a friend of a friend's wedding that we're invited to. So I'll be off trail for 2 days. And then get back on to start section 4. So excited for that. I'm excited for the rest, and I'm also excited for section 4. It's crazy to think that at this point there's only 2 weeks of hiking left on this trip. So it's happened. It's coming along. Things are going in the right direction, which is pretty awesome. It's amazing how long some of the moments can be when you're struggling uphill or getting attacked by bugs, etc. But how quickly the days are actually going by right now. So I'm enjoying it, but I am looking forward to kind of doing a reset, getting all the gear cleaned up, getting the body cleaned up, getting some good food in me, and then getting back on trail, and which will be 3 days from now. I'm taking 2 days off. So keep you guys posted along the way, and see you out there.